Oh, this is a good one. Not on the same page. Now, Brandon, what you mean by that? I don't understand that.
Well, in a relationship, in a marriage, sometimes you're not on the same page. And if you're not on the same page, it's not going to work. Because we'll just use these two for example. One of them may be on a TV show. She may be doing a reel. She may be traveling over here in California, doing whatever she does. Jeezy, he may have some properties that he's managing. He needs to be in Atlanta. They're on two different pages. They've got a baby. Who's taking care of the baby? I want you to take care of the baby and stay at home. No, Jesus, I want you to take care of the baby, stay at home. I want you to quit your job.
Now
Jesus, you ain't putting out no albums. I want you. The Snowman, that shit is over with.
He don't do no. He about buildings. He don't do no albums. And
I hear,
ain't nobody taking no
another Jeezy. Well, he did put an album out recently. He keeps saying he's retired, but he still got some out. He's still making songs. He's not doing what you said Webby doing. Webby said he stopped. Jeezy ain't stopped. But I think they're not on the same page. And in a relationship, you have to be on the same page. Go ahead.
Now, here's the thing. Brandon never disciplined his child physically, correct?
Yes, correct.
Now, if I believe in discipline physically, would that create some friction between a relationship?
Yeah, it could for sure. But those are some of the things you gotta discuss before you get married with somebody, because you don't want to have to jump into it and then y'all trying to find different things that you do have in common, because you have so many things you don't are not on the same page with. Anyone who gets a divorce in less than 5 years means the sex is whack.
Man, I don't want to even comment on that, because he posed a real question. I don't know. I don't know. Like we said in this, the first three topics, it could be cheating, it could be not on the same page, it could be sex. But
you know what? I think like when you first get with somebody, the sex is amazing sometimes, and then like I say, when you get married and you start having kids and the dynamic changes, like it's gonna be different. Like you can still get back up here, but it's so much other stuff going on. Sometimes it's not gonna be like y'all just single or y'all were just dating and y'all just hooked up, and that comes with getting older. That comes with having children. You know, trying to find time to be intimate and stuff like that, putting kids to bed and all. I mean, a lot comes into play. You know, like I say, they traveling, they doing all this stuff. That stuff, you tired, you old, you know.
And their interactions, maybe
for sure.
Maybe she's a female dog.
You never know. And I was gonna try to find this clip too, because you know she's on the reel. She likes to talk about her relationship. She said she was giving Jeezy head, and she said she farted twice. She said,
and she what?
She farted. She passed gas.
That happened before they.
And she
I don't know about in that action,
but she was saying, she was like, "Are you okay? Are you turned off about it?" He was like, "Nah, it's fine. Just keep going." That's what he said. He said,
okay, here's the thing now. Was she on what diet was she on? Was she on a Negro diet or a Philippines diet? Because I don't know how them air grow. If you eat them air grows, that sushi coming out. I don't know how that. But in general, guys don't stop.
Yeah, guys don't care.
If they smell a scent.
For sure.
Now, an odor is different.
Correct.
But a scent, that's giving over. I should say that in public. Anyway.
I don't know. And that's what my point is. Like, Jeezy may want to carry himself in his relationship a certain way, but she want to get on there with her little girls and just be doing all this. So that might have been a turn off to Jeezy. And like I say, we're not gossiping, but what we're doing is pointing out certain things that women do and certain things that guys don't like. And if you don't tell people what you don't like, they'll never know. So he might have pulled her to the side and told her, "I don't like to have my business all out there like that." And she like, "Well, I do the show where they want to know what my love life is, and I like to be open." And be like, "Okay, well, we're not really on the same page."
You know, you're right. We ain't gossip. I was about to bring this up, but I'll bring it up anyway. This is not gossip, but so I'm not gonna give an opinion. No, I'm just gonna state something. When just before they got married,
I gotta take this off. You see what he's saying? Allegedly.
Man, we ain't gonna let me talk like that. I talk in code. just before they got married, she was on wasn't that with the View? No, Real Talk.
The Real.
Mm-hmm. During when COVID first happened, she came up there saying Asian people are the most attacked people in America and the most hated. Now, in my opinion, I'm not talking about what happened to them.
Right.
I said, this ain't gonna work out, man.
Right, correct.
You know, I feel the pain. I hear what she said.
Right.
Asian people been up here since the 1890s. All right. They got paid from pulling the railroads in. They were oppressed because they couldn't open up businesses. They only had the opportunity to open up dry cleaners. And Brent, I'm speaking pure facts.
Go ahead. I'm laughing. I'm just laughing. You're right, though. You are right.
Dry cleaners and tailors on the West Coast. So they've been oppressed.
Right. And
during World War II, not all Asians, but the people who had Japanese descent was sent into hotels.
Okay.
for a year or so.
Did they have to pay for these hotels?
No, Brandon, it was camps, Brandon.
Yeah,
they had to lock them out. Yeah, it was camps. So they were sitting there. Now, they didn't beat them. They didn't work them. They just had to sit there because they didn't know who was who. When Pearl Harbor happened, they didn't know who was who. Everybody's the enemy. We got the wonderful people. We got the beautiful people. But the charismatic people, we don't know who they is. So we lock them up.
Right.
So she's saying doing that, only be allowed to open up dry cleaners and being in hotels. They are the worst treated demographic in America. I knew they ain't gonna work out what she said.
Right. And how do you think Jeezy feel about that comment? Do you think she right? That is technically his wife still, but at the time, you know, I guess she said that when they were dating because during COVID they were probably dating. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they got married.
You think they had a conversation because Jeezy is black and black people have been oppressed the most in America. We've been enslaved in America. We've been segregated, all kind of stuff, and we still being held back to a certain extent today. So how could the two compare?
As a black man that's smart, I think Jeezy had to overlook that comment. Because if you bring everything up, it'll be a whole lot of fighting. Right. So something in America, I don't know if it's true or not, Brandon.
I'll tell you if you sound like you're on point, but go ahead.
Don't you got to overlook some things?
You got to wait. You have to chuck it. You got to write it down and fold it up in your pocket and put it away.
No, I'm not. Brandon talking about that bitch shit. He talking about right now.
No.
And what? Bring it back up? You can't bring it back up, Brandon?
Yes, you can. Especially when it'll come up later, because you got in a relationship, you have to pick your battles and you have to figure out a way to do it constructively and have these conversations where it's not an argument. Like me and my wife, we try not to argue if we have a differences of agreement or a difference of views on something. But like, you know, you have to come to some kind of balance or some kind of middle ground, because we're not going to agree on everything. My wife was telling me today, I leave the lights on too much. I have all the lights on downstairs. Is that a smart?
We'll be fighting.
Right. So is she right? What if I want all the lights on? But is that the smartest thing to do? No, I don't have to have all the lights on, right? You
just don't know you got the lights on. That's all that is, right?
Right, correct. But I do like having the area bright. But there are other ways around that. But go ahead.
So the answer to Brandon's problem, I wish we was live. Brandon need to get
what you mean we're
motion lights in his house.
Well, so before I moved, I did have that. I had the cameras, so every time you go by the cameras, it'll turn on the lights in the area that you're on. And when you leave, they'll go off. I just don't have it set up the same way anymore.
Yeah, I'm saying like you need to set it up so you keep.
Well, you know, I just got back. I probably been back 2 months, and like I say, getting back to everything. I have all the smart lights. I just don't have that part set up anymore. But yeah, that is a more efficient way to do it because, like I said, I do like having all the lights on, but I just got to get that system set back up again.
Just to let you guys know, I agree with Brendan's wife most of the time.
And like I say, it's okay to be wrong, and that's a part of it. But could I battle back and be like, no, I ain't turning no damn lights off, right? I could have that standpoint too.
Why you have that standpoint?
Because that's what people do. Because I want the lights on, so they're gonna be on, right? Whether it makes sense or not.
Do you want the light? Okay.
But is that not what certain people do with certain situations? What if I want to watch the football game downstairs and she want to watch something else?
You know, you're right.
Sometimes, like I said, you have to pick your battles, and sometimes you have to compromise, and sometimes you ain't gonna always watch what you want to watch on TV. That's just how it is. And sometimes you're gonna be watching stuff so much that you start to actually like the other programs. Like I didn't necessarily want to watch Snapped or some of the other murder shows, but now I'm getting so accustomed to watching it, I enjoy watching it.
You're right, Brandon. You do have to compromise. If a person likes something and it may not make sense to you, if you love the person, continue to do it. For example, is a hallway light upstairs that when she leaves, she want the hallway light on because when she gets in, if it's on, she can't have nobody like to jump on her or something.
Right, I know what you're talking about.
But I'm in the house. I'm damn near a killer.
But what if you're a second too slow, Mr. Killer?
Take it second too slow for okay. You got 3 hours to get me in the day.
I see what you're saying.
I could be in a deep sleep for 3 hours. I may not hear anything. So if it's within those 3 hours, it could be 7 a.m. to 10. You don't know what hours. But I usually can hear stuff. You know, at least once a month I grab the pistol, like, what was that? And I'm listening. I put my ears, you see,
right.
People got to use your senses. I put my ears on you. Be quiet. What's that?
Right.
Looking for the creep. And what people know, if I say, Nicole, that's you.
Right. That's what I say.
No, if you don't say nothing, I'm busting. All right. So she's like, you let me know where you at. I said, nah. I said, well, you don't know what the angle I got. Because I could be in a certain spot when I'm holding, I'll shoot through all the floor. So I yell, that's what the police say. Police, come out with your head. They let you know, but you don't know the angles.
Sometimes they let you know.
But if you look, you won't see the police because they be on the side somewhere. Right. Like I always say, I know the place I live at better than a robber.
Correct.
So I know right here is the kitchen, right there is the sunroom, right here is the living room. You see what I'm saying? You see why I'm pointing? That's I can light all them areas up where I'm at.
I got you.
When I say yell out your name, you better answer. Or that because you know them things is one in the hold already. So if you want to go, we can go.
So you may be a trained killer on the low.
A what?
A trained killer on the low.
Well, I ain't no I'm a defender.
Okay, a defender.
Let's use the word defender. That. All right.